Zdravo svima! In this video I will talk about a great way to practice reading in Serbian in both the Cyrillic and Latin alphabet. So in Serbian we have two alphabets, the Cyrillic and Latin alphabet, and both are used in daily life pretty much equally. So it's great to know both of them. And some people say that you can do fine with knowing just one, but my recommendation is that you learn both because, for example, if there is a text in Cyrillic, maybe it's only available in the Cyrillic alphabet and you won't be able to read it if you only know the Latin alphabet. So you will simply have access to more information if you know both. So I recommend that you learn both. And this video is not gonna be about learning them, but more about how to actually practice reading in both of these alphabets. So you can learn them pretty easily, I would say. Let's take a look at the Cyrillic alphabet right here. So it only has 30 letters and every letter is one sound, so it's pretty straightforward. So as you can see, let's go over every letter real quick. As I said, this is not a video about learning the alphabets. You can do that with different resources, and I'm planning to do a video about that as well. But this video will be focused on how to practice when you actually know them or while learning them. So let's go real quick over the Cyrillic alphabet. So A, B, V, G, D, J, E, Ž, Z, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, Nj, O, P, R, S, T, Ć, U, P, E, C, Š, Dž, Š. So, as you heard, the sounds are not that hard. Of course, it depends on your already existing knowledge, but in general, the sounds are not very difficult, and no matter the word, no matter the sentence, these letters will always be pronounced the same. And it's the same thing with the Latin alphabet, as you can see here. 30 letters, each letter is one sound, so you can learn them side by side pretty easily. And now let me give you a tip on how to practice. So when you learn them or while you are learning them, it's great to practice reading, to consolidate your knowledge of these letters and sounds. So you can do that with stories. So let me show you. On my YouTube channel you have a lot of stories. A lot of stories in Serbian for complete beginners. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find these stories. So as you can see, there are many stories, and let's choose a story, for example, this one. And right from the start, you can see that there are captions in both Cyrillic and Latin. So this is the title of the story, and let's play the story. And let me tell you how to actually use it to practice reading, besides other things. U jednom malom gradu u Srbiji živi jedan čovek. So, what I would do is I would listen to a sentence and then try to repeat it. So, this is me reading the story. I read every story on my channel. There is no AI, so everything is pronounced by me, a native Serbian speaker. So you can listen to me reading the story, then stop, pause the video, and try to repeat it in the same way. This is called shadowing in language learning, when you listen to something and you try to repeat it in the same way. And you can do that. So if you learned, for example, you're learning the Cyrillic alphabet, you can listen and then try to read it in the same way. So what's great about Serbian is that if you literally read every letter by itself separately, you will eventually read the whole sentence, which can't be said about other languages like English, for example, because there are certain rules that you have to follow. Meanwhile, in Serbian, you can just read literally letter by letter and you will get the meaning. You'll pronounce the whole sentence eventually. So if I do that, U, J, E, D, N, O, M. So that may be slow, but I literally just read that in Serbian correctly. So you can start like that slowly, and then you can try and do it a bit quicker next time. And yeah, because there is audio, you can listen, you can actually hear how it sounds naturally, and then you can try to read it, try to repeat it. And for example, if you're learning the Cyrillic alphabet, you can look up the letters and then try to read them. So refresh your memory, look them up, and then try to find them in a sentence. So when you know that this is the letter G, for example, then you try to find it here. For example, in this word, G, grad, gradu. So you can do that, and you can, if you know the letters, you will be able to read anything. You may not understand everything yet, but you will be able to read it. And if you're using simple stories like this one, like the stories on my channel, you will be able to also take some comprehensible input, some input that you can actually understand if you are just starting out in Serbian, and that will drastically improve your Serbian over time. And if you like this style of learning, of acquiring Serbian naturally, I also do have a paid course that you can check in the description box below, and let me show you how that looks. You can also use that, of course, for this kind of practice and for acquiring Serbian naturally in general. It covers all the aspects of this approach of acquiring Serbian. So it's based on comprehensible input. As you can see, this is how it looks when you are enrolled in the course. There are many chapters, but now let's focus on this one, which is 50 comprehensible stories in Serbian for complete beginners. There are 70 stories for beginners, 20 ultra easy stories in Serbian. These stories are ultra easy, like for people who are literally just starting out, who have never heard Serbian before. And these 50 stories right here are a bit more advanced, but still for complete beginners, still made with comprehensible input in mind. So let's choose a story, and I'll show you what's great about this paid course for this kind of practice. So if I choose, for example, this story, as you see, it's the same format as on my YouTube channel. Bio, you can turn on the English subtitles here, and you have the Cyrillic, the Latin alphabet, and of course, I'm reading the stories, all the stories in the course as well. And another great thing in this course is that you also can download a PDF file right here that contains a transcript of the story. So without listening, for example, if you just want to read, you can download the transcript on your phone or on your computer, and you can read there is Cyrillic, there is Latin, and you have this for every story in the course. So you can practice like that. You can literally practice reading, and you can just copy a word that you don't understand and check it out. Look it up in a dictionary and see what it means. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the English translation of this text. And as I said, this goes for all the stories in the course. And you can try it out risk-free for 7 days. And if you don't like it for any reason whatsoever, no matter the reason, I will give you your money back. So you are only keeping it if you're satisfied with it, if you like it, and if you don't, for any reason, I will just give you your money back, and it's all good. So yeah, that's about it. Learn the alphabets, learn both, that's my recommendation, and then use simple stories to practice your reading, and at the same time, you'll be getting in some very valuable input that is gonna take your Serbian slowly but surely to the next level. So that's how I would go about it. As I said, I plan to do a video about learning the alphabets with comprehensible input, so with that method of natural language acquisition in mind. So stay tuned for that, and I hope to see you in the next video. Vidimo se.